Actually, you missed the second time. This is time number 3. Second time I figured out what was wrong with my SWR meter. Or not my SWR meter, but my S meter. When I traced out the schematic diagram, earlier, looking for a potential problem, I realized that even though I injected RF into the radio through the filter board, in the position that the TR relay was in, there's no way it could have backfed any RF energy directly into the RF board, so I was safe there. The problem was in my troubleshooting of the ALC circuit, the one of the connectors that I had disconnected from the IF board, I forgot to reconnect, and that was the S meter return lead from the AGC circuit on the IF board. So I plugged it in and voila! Ah, man, damn. Alright, so I'll repeat this one more time and then that's it. After reviewing the schematic diagram up at the house, I realized that I forgot to reattach a connector on the IF board when I was tracing out the ALC circuit, and that connector is the S meter circuit return line from the IF board to the display board. It's amazing what happens when you reconnect everything, right? So the S meter's working, but now I have the dreaded dots problem. And then in reading some of the symptoms for the dreaded dots, I may have shot myself in the foot because there are a couple of ribbon cables where the wires in the ribbon cables have a large amount of spacing. It's like a tenth of an inch spacing, and they do that because the wires have a tendency to cross-talk with one another. And I wasn't paying attention to that fact, and I decided to neaten things up, and I took the two ribbon cables and I stacked them on top of one another. And I may have actually detuned the phase lock loop oscillators. But in looking at the schematic diagram up at the house, I quickly realized that even though I fed, yep, there sure is, even though I fed RF into the filter board from an external source, there was no chance that I could have damaged the front end of the RF circuitry. So I was pleasantly surprised, very pleased about that. Not surprised, but pleased. And then when I reconnected that connector, the S meter started working just fine. So, oh, that's a relief. But then I had the dreaded dots. Oh no! Yeah, these ribbon cables right here. They were so messy. I had to neaten them up. Big mistake. Alright, let's see now if I have my dreaded dots. The dots are an indication that it's gone out of phase lock. And when it goes out of phase lock and you're listening to a stable signal on the air, yeah, you can tell you're drifting all over the place. It was kind of funny, even though it wasn't. Okay, I'm not repeating anything. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. Sorry. Dots. No dots. Woohoo! I'm almost tempted to deliberately try and recreate the problem, but you know what? I have enough problems. I would like to see if I could, just by touching some of these wires, if I could detune the VCO enough. It's got a good solid lock though. There is one reference that I can use. 47 was only 1.5. Yeah, that'll cause problems. Cheap Chinese ones, huh? Gotta love that Chinese slave labor. Ah, it got cooked. Poor design too. That's kind of like that's kind of like my Yaesu FTDX 560. Had that voltage regulator tube dropping resistor of 10-watt wire wound resistor mounted to the sidewall of the chassis directly beneath the PC board and a wire bundle. So over the years, the PC board and the wire bundle literally cooked and took every single electrolytic capacitor on the PC board out with it. That was fun. So when I put the rig to get back together, I made a modification and I relocated that wire wound resistor to the top side of the cage and put it next to the RF compartment that gets hot anyway, so you know, who cares. It's alive! That's the difference with DSP on and DSP off. So this is with new filter. No, it's with the same filter board. What's the point of putting in another used filter board that does exactly the same thing that I would have to recalibrate? All right, one last time before I bring it back over to the desk. There's my squelch modification that works on sideband. Gotta love it. Okay, looks solid. It's been so long I've talked on the radio, I don't even think I remember how. Oh. I know why I didn't put... I know why I didn't put the SWR meter in front of the linear. Because the SWR meter is only good for 100 watts. Yeah, I don't want to blow up my SWR meter. Okay. Mineral Spirits doesn't take it off. Guess we'll try acetone. That does the trick. And in the end, just plain old water. It was the best cleaning agent. Should have told me I forgot to change camera views. But oh, look. There's the connector I was looking for earlier. I have to slide this out again. Okay, I'll give you a pass. Because, you know, I'm just that kind of guy. Oops.
fulfillment, I guess, right now. Otherwise, I'm not sure as far as how we got to be thank you. I should be over the phone about giving me a couple of weeks, I guess, earlier this week. I thought, well, over the weekend, maybe I haven't heard yet. I'm not sure on Sunday night, but because they've been fancy about the line. Maybe it's not much, but not true at all. It is pretty nice, with that place. It's like pretty warm right now, so it's cool out in place, but I think there's two other hurricanes out there in the Atlantic somewhere, so no one's really been talking about them right now. I don't know if they died or scooted off somewhere. What's one of them? Talking to someone on the phone today down in Texas, and man, it's down there. Wow. I guess a good part of the country is in the same fix here. I imagine the birds are having a field day with all these mosquitoes. A lot of birds like to eat them, so keep on eating their birds. So I won't put seed on them. I can eat all those mosquitoes up. But I guess there are certain birds that don't go for that stuff. So there you go. But I guess we got another cold front coming down middle of next week, about a week away. Which is going to be cold. I hope it doesn't have any idea of the frost. So it's not that I see any of the frost. That wouldn't be too nice. I do need to get the frost between the yards. Not going to go out now and do that chainsawing and something loading the trailer this way. No way. Here's the reach line. So you have to have a frost to get out there. So I may not get my backyard really cleaned up until November. Well, that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Okay, Joe, stuff you sold at the auction. I have several Icon 02 HDs here, around 3 or 4 actually, and it's all about it charged up. So occasionally have to move it out for emergency or some type of coordination for the local office here. So keep that stuff just handy. I was looking for more battery holders. I have a lot of the AA batteries that you mentioned.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
Nice batteries here. That's right, that's nice. Like that metal hydride. I bought several packs of them. I would have the battery packs too. So we're trying to keep them mostly charged up and ready to go.
First contact certificate for you, and we always enjoy having first contact here with the Bandhoppers, and I'm sure you've been listening, but if you want to go to bandhoppers.com, you're more than welcome to stop by and check it out, and if you'd like to join, you're more than welcome to do so. Over. You bet. Well, we always like new hands, and everybody on frequency gives Bill WV5 DTX congratulations for becoming a new hand and for your first contact on 40 meters. Over.
Congratulations, KD5 OSS.
Congrats, KD0WG.
Welcome to HF, starting at 4 JAM.
Bill, and that way you'll have South Dakota if you ever want to do any chasing of states or anything like that. Over. You bet. And I've got here the 5.7 in South Dakota at 0125 on 9/21/2018. Okay, thanks a lot there, Bill, for stopping by, and we'll see you, hopefully see you down the log, and hopefully see you in Bonhopper. And with that, I heard a whole bunch more stations out there. This is Group KD0NWG with the Bandhoppers. Basically, if you want to stop by and chat, you're more than welcome to. And we're also assigning numbers to Bandhoppers members. So if you're a Bandhoppers member, you can come now.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. I was going to switch this around so I'm not driving 500 watts through my SWR meter. Let's see here. No, I can leave this like I had it. This one. Connects to here. So the output, yes, that's how it goes. That's the part I was missing. This is the antenna. Amplifier. Comes to this input. Come on. Amplifier goes there. input comes from the antenna switch. Like that. Okay, so either into that or into the, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now I can do this. Good. All right. Bring up my audio processor. Which is where? I don't know. Where's my audio processor? Oh, it's in my Windows Virtual Machine. That's right. So, Windows Virtual Machine. And there's something I have to do. Shit. Oh yes, I have to bring up the audio settings panel. There we go.
There we go.
Hello check.
Hello check.
1 2
1 2
1 2. Hello check 1 2 1 2 3. Yay. Yay check 1 2 3 4 5. Hello check 1 2. And I got no audio. Why not? Because my mic gain is down. Okay. Hello check 1 2 3 4 5 5 5. Hello 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Check 1 2 3 4 5. Test. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's my dreaded dots again. No! And it's all bands. So the dreaded dots on all bands is a smoking gun. I was reading some troubleshooting, and if it's only on certain bands, it's one thing, but if it's on all bands, it's another thing. Here we go. I'm sorry, Ortoria, I do not remember. Maybe. My brain is just so cooked lately. Was it the one where the guy shows where he disconnected all of the components in the VCO circuits that are on the RF board? Removes all the wax. Yes, I have that one. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick and show you which one it is that I have. I actually think that if I leave the rig on long enough, it will warm up and dry out the wax and lower the conductivity, because really it has been so humid and the rig has been off for so long. We have had 95% humidity for months here, and it's just been completely oppressive. And already the dots is going away as this thing warms up. I almost think that if it warms up and stays warm long enough, it will dry itself out. But I don't want to have to rely on that, obviously. Alright, I'm going to turn off my Windows virtual machine. Close that. Close that. Oh, wait a minute. No, I need to leave this one going. Hold on. This is the one that runs 24/7. And I've got silica gel packs, boy. I've got plenty of those. But I think the heat will dry it out, like I said, I'm hoping. Because I do know that it's problematic. And the solution is to just get rid of it. Because who takes these in a car anymore? I mean, really? No. There are much better choices for mobile rigs nowadays than a TS440. Alright, so let me see if I can find that article real quick. It is, I might have it down here. Documents, ham, manuals, 440. Okay, this is the one. This is the one I found that differentiates between problems on the PLL board versus problems on the RF board. But they don't show anything about disconnecting the, or removing the wax. And let's see, is this the one? Nope, that's not the one. No, that's not the one. Okay, the one I'm looking for is on the server up at the house. Hold on a second. That is right here. Ham radio. Manuals. 440S. This one. Oh, really? Really? You're going to do this to me? All right. Copy that. Copy that. Come back here. Oh, wait a minute. This is the one right here. No, this isn't the one. That's the one. Right there. Kenwood TS440 repair. OZ1BXM. And he's got the pictures of rebuilding the VCO unit. He takes all his components off. I don't believe you have to go that far. I think you could heat the wax up and just blot it out of there with paper towel. Call it a day. Liquid wax to dissolve it. Really? Is that a room temperature product? Liquid wax, huh? All right. Liquid wax mold release. Let's see, we got mold release paste, mold release wax and PVA film kit demolding. I think this is probably what you're talking about. OmniWax liquid mold release. $42 for a gallon, but I'll bet you can buy less than a gallon. Is this what you're talking about? This stuff? 1460 is a low wax, high solvent content release. It's very useful as a self-stripping liquid release to remove wax or wax buildup. It should never be used as the final coat over paste wax when refurbishing a mold. Recommended as first wax coat on new or refurbished mold. For removing wax buildup on fully cured, well-conditioned molds and on non-skid grained surfaces. Because it's become porous. Yes, you can even see the cracks forming in the wax. Okay, well then I will just let's see if I can find a smaller container of it. $42 plus $23 to ship it, because it's a hazardous material, no doubt. No, all of these are pastes. Let's see here. I'm looking for a liquid mold release. This is for epoxy resins. Nope. Here we go, liquid mold release. Again, by the gallon. Ugh. Or, you know, I could just reheat it and remelt it like I was planning to do. Let it drip right out onto paper towels and call it a day. Well, let's see, are there crystals in that section? No, this section has no crystals in it. Yeah, so this is the one. The most common reason for the display to show only dots is that one of the phase lock loops is not locked. Take off the top cover, you'll be looking at the IF unit. This board is mounted on a hinged frame. The hinges on the two screws near the front panel side, so remove the other two. Let's see. The VCO for IC17 is actually 1 out of 4 different VCOs selected on the RF board. Which one of these depends on what band is selected. If you have display dots on all the bands, then you have no problem with the phase lock loop made up with IC17. You only have to adjust either T1, T2, T9, or T20. This guy's funny. So here goes. Make sure you have an alignment tool that isn't too small or too large for the slots and the slugs of the coils. Also, absolutely do not turn any other coil other than the one that belongs to the unlocked phase lock loop. If you do so anyway without a service manual and proper test equipment, then you are likely stupid. Oh man. Only turn the indicated slug. Oh, I see. Only turn the indicated slug. First, turn it 1/4 clockwise to see if it's okay now. If not, turn it 1/4, turn counterclockwise and see if it works. I suggest that you don't try more than half a turn either way. If you think it needs to go that far, it's likely has another problem. If the display dot problem only shows up on some but not all bands, send me a note and I will see if I can help you. The correct way would be to use a good voltmeter and follow the service manual for this adjustment. But in most cases, the above will do fine. I do not work for Kenwood and I don't have a TS440, just a service manual for one. But I did cure some of the above problems. So, yeah. Alrighty then.